Okay, so welcome back. So carrying on from where we left off. So I noticed that there were kind of like some system corrections I needed to make, especially on the side view. Like I see on the side view, it does not look too great on the side view, especially on this region. And this sagging neck part makes it feel more of an really older male. I don't want it to be too much of an older male. So I might need to kind of correct that. So and then okay, so let me just fix. You can see the transition around here. This is the region where we're having a bit of an issue. So the transition is not there properly. You can see how it's looking on this side. You can see how it's looking on this side. This particular jaw is kind of tilted. It's kind of tilted backward even more. And the lips are kind of coming up. But more or less like the transition around here. You can see the distance and gap in between here. You can see the distance and gap in between us. So we're not just kind of making it look good on just the front view. You also want to make it look good also on the side view, just to match things up. So let me see if I can just max out somewhere like so, then try to average this out, maybe even push this down a bit more. Come on symmetry mode, that's fine. I want to kind of eliminate most of this and smooth that out. Now that feels a bit off. Okay, probably we need to drop this down like so. Let's not see the main issue is coming from this region. It's just way too deep. So let's try to fill that up first. Let me go out of lazy mouse for this. So filling that up like so. Then holding Alt, I'll just dig this back down. Holding Alt. Maybe I should use moves instead so I have a better transition around there. Something like this. Okay. It's a bit much better now. So let's just raise the lips up a bit more. Something like this should be fine. Though obviously this lip sync is a bit of work though. Let me just raise tilt this down like so. The part that needs to go up for this lip should be, I need a smaller brush for this, should be somewhere around here. So let's not capture that transition around it. Okay, something like this should be fine. Then we can make our indentation in the center. Yeah, something like that should work just fine. You can see how we've kind of fixed that part a bit more. Probably we need to fix something up here too. Maybe using the clip brush and just fill this up a bit more. No. Ever so slightly. Something like so should be fine. So I'm basically just making little changes to this just to get the general proportion looking right on this view. Maybe we remove brush Let me see. I want to kind of get some kind of more or less like an angle to this jaw. More or less like an angle to this jaw line. Even let me do this under here instead. Something like this should be fine. Smooth that out. Maybe I went overboard here. So let's use our clear builder brush and kind of fix that up and smooth that out like so. So now we have better transition around there now. Let me fill this up some more. With the move brush, just push this out like so, just to capture more of an angle to it. Yeah, now it feels a bit better now on this view. Let's check our three-quarter view. Let's check this view. The idea is to kind of make sure the front view looks okay, the three-quarter view looks okay, and then your side view also looks okay. Once you kind of get these three views looking okay, you're more or less like good to carry on, especially when most of the proportions, the bigger proportions are kind of in place already. Let me do them standard brush and just carve something in here. So let's kind of match this up in this view. Like so. Now on this view now we can kind of see some of what is actually missing in there. Let's get this like so. You can see a transition around here. You can see a transition around here. As we can clearly notice that this cheek is just protruding way too much from this view. And you can actually fix that. More or less this part needs to come out a bit more. So let's kind of fix that. So I'm going to use the move tool for this. Increase the brush size. Kind of push this. I also want to exclude the eye part so I don't mess that up. Yeah, something like this. And blow out that marks. So I'm gonna have a smoother transition around it. Maybe tilt this way a bit more. Okay. Let's see, the flow here is kind of okay because there's kind of shadowing around there. We still want to keep some of this landmark or kind of blocked out with our then standard brush. That's fine. Let's see what else we can do. Now we need to kind of change this up. You can see like an indentation around here. So let's kind of fix that. Let me use the clay brush and just dig in here. Just can't no I think that's way too much. Something like it should be fine. It's more or less like a triangle around there. More or less like a triangle around there. So let me take down the brush size and do something like this. Let's check this from the side view. Okay, that seems fine. I'm still going to be smoothing that out anyways. Then just to make sure this transition on this orange landmark kind of flows down all the way here. So I'll just continue that all the way here with our clay brush. Something like this should be fine. Okay. Okay. That seems fine. The ear is still far off from how we want it to be though. The ears will take a lot of time to kind of get to look right. Let's see, we can just block something really quick in there. Using this view as a guide. Let me use the kind of get this in shape. Okay, just the general silhouette of it. Okay. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to be done in here. Let me just kind of get a shape that feels more like a ear. So we obviously need more polygons in here, obviously, but let's just block out something that averages to look like a year. Doesn't need to be perfect though. Let me max out every part, every part that's to do with the year, so I can just focus on that a bit more. I'm just trying to get it to look right before moving on. Obviously, need to push this down a bit more. Okay, I can see it's messed up on this view, but that's fine. I think this is a good place. All we have to do is just to add more polygons to it. Maybe I'll just do a Control D instead. Just to add more polygons to this. I'm going to use the inflate brush and inflate this part of the hair. And this is way too intense. Just filling up these parts. Kind of getting the transition around here properly. Also need to push these parts inwards. Okay. Something like so should be fine for now, more or less. So this part is way too high. Okay. The eye definitely needs a lot of work. So I'm guessing probably I should fill this up. I need more poly. I've been saying this a lot, more than once now. I need more polygons to this, obviously, just to get the shape to look a bit better than it is right now. Smooth this out. Okay. Okay. So now let's go to much higher subdivision level for this. At least for uh, let me fix up this high. The high obviously needs a lot of work. So let's just get the eye to look right there. It's going to Dynamash and then adding more division to this. So no, I'm guessing before I do that, I need to let me delete eye on this. I need to smooth some of these sharp lines we have around here. So let's just smooth this out. Because we always need to have better transition around there. Maybe a bit too aggressive though. Smooth this out. I still want to keep some of the major landmarks in there though. I don't want to just kind of smooth everything out. So I'm just being gentle with the smoothing. Like really gentle on it. Obviously we need to smooth this out even more. We shouldn't kind of have that kind of sharp line around there. Okay. So from somewhere around this view, it's not that bad. Probably the jawline, maybe make the jawline a bit sharper and raise it up a bit more like so. Nope, smooth that out. Okay, so now with Dynamesh we can, let's see, probably let's shift F, let's go to like, let's give the same polygroup, probably somewhere around, maybe, let's try 96 for this. Probably need a bit more than that. Let's go 128. Yeah, somewhere like this feels like a good start, or rather a continuation rather. So obviously we still start blocking things out here also, since we added more subdivision level to this, especially for the eyes, most especially for the eyes. So I'm using the train dynamic brush now to kind of map out something like so, just to get more of an angle to the eye. That's way too intense. Then with our dem standard brush, holding Alt, now that's not too low. Holding Alt, kind of map out something like this for the eye. Trying to follow the eye shape. Okay. Obviously, we still need to make some more adjustments in here, though, but just to block things out. Okay. And there needs to be like an indentation around here too. So Let me use the clay builder brush and just dig in here a bit more and smooth that out. Something like that, but that feels too aggressive. But let me smooth that out even more. Flesh this out and smooth that out even more. Now the shape of the eye is not completely there yet. We still need to do some fixing there. So let me just smooth this out. I probably went far too out on it. So let me just smooth all of this out again and do this a bit closer. Okay, so while we are here, let's look for a better reference for the eye that gives us a clear idea of the eye shape, so we can just do that properly. Now I'm seeing some issues in here now. Our eye is just way too out, so we need to push this backwards a bit more. Let's look for a better reference, a better illustration. I think this one is a better illustration. I think you can see how far back it goes. So let's kind of push this backwards a bit more, even more. Okay, okay. So I need to push the eye backward a bit more. And it just that both on the same level, not supposed to be on the same level. The upper part should, the lower part should be backwards a bit more. Let's check this from the front view. We're getting there. Few more adjustments and we should be somewhat close to what we need it for. Maybe while I'm here, I can even just solo this just to remove the eyeball around there. So I can do this properly. Let me check this from this view like so. Push this back even more. And the eye is completely off. The shape of the eye is completely off. So let's now try to fix that. Let's start by smoothing it out first. Push this way. Let's use a better eye reference. Okay. Look for something that is more or less like a front view to it. This is the closest we have. That's fine though. Let's just work with this and get the shape of the eye in there. Just think this one needs to even go back a bit more. Let's now let's go out of solo mode and bring this guy back and just push it back inwards. Then we can comfortably wrap the eyes around it. Maybe that's way too back. Okay. Then I'll just tighten this out to get an angle to it. You then standard brush. Just carve out something like so. Okay, get in there. Let's add this fix around there. But before I do that, let me just push this up. This needs to come down a bit more like so. And I'll push this up to get an angle to it. More or less an angle to it also around. Let me push this inwards to get an angle like this also. This one should obviously wrap around it, which it is. Let me just check this from an angle. This one should kind of go back. Should I kind of go down inwards a bit more like so, around here like so. Let's check this from the top view. So we have a better angle now also from the top view. Push this inwards like so. This needs to even go back a bit more like this. Let's check how this looks like from the front view. We lost the shape there, so we need to bring it down like this. Let me smooth this out so I get a better transition around there. Yeah, it takes a bit more work to kind of get to look right. But the idea is just to kind of make sure you are following the anatomical structure of it to make it look right before moving on. Very important. And you always want to check that from all views, just to make sure it looks right. Think we're more or less getting there now. So I'm going to use them standard brush, kind of carve out somewhere, something around here like so, something like that. In here also, something like this. Use the standard brush and kind of make this feel a bit more fleshy. Feel like I'm losing the shape now. With the move brush, I need to sag this down a bit more. Something like so, and I'll flesh. Okay, with the clay builder brush, I'll just flesh this out. Okay, and I'll just, with the lower intensity, I'll just smooth this out. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, that seems fine for now. That seems fine for now. We're still going to refine this later on, but let us go back to our main reference now. Main reference we're using for this. Now you can see like an extra layer of, you can see another extra layer on the upper eyelid around here. So let's try and get that in here. So I'm going to just use the mask lasso and kind of max out, similarly to what we did when we were kind of creating the eye shape, something somewhat like so. Probably we need to raise this eyebrow a bit more. Okay, though this part doesn't need to be too high though. So I'm going to use the clay builder brush now and kind of flesh something out there. But let me use the standard brush, kind of carve out where it should kind of end. Then with the clay builder brush, I'll just carve out an extra layer around there, like so. Still needs a bit of work though. Then I'll go out of this, reflesh this out even more. Then with the standard brush, can just carve. We obviously need more polygons to kind of hold this properly. But let's just block out something around there. Maybe even do a dynamash for this again. Now we lost most of that shape. So I did Ctrl D on this to add more subdivision, to add another subdivision level to this. So let me just use the clay build up brush instead. Kind of build up this form. Then standard, kind of carve out where it should be. Okay. Then we just smooth this out back down. Let me flesh this out. Our polygons are not defined enough, so we don't have enough polygons kind of hold this properly. That's why the shape is not looking very refined. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. So we've lost some resolution for the lips, so let's kind of block that out again, holding Alt. Let me use the clay builder brush instead, or rather the standard brush instead. Obviously, you need to do some more work on the lips. So let me just flesh this out even more. And the lower lips also. Can kind of carve this, push this in like we did. Okay. The transition here is not looking too great. So let's kind of fix that. I think I kind of messed this up.